Gus McGurr
Yes.
from the Garrison. We're here at the Amberley domain today, 11th of 11th, 2018, Armistice Day.
Indeed.
So we've just reached the end of the ceremony here today. We're standing in place of one of the 25-pounder guns, but we've had 6 artillery pieces here today. Can you tell me a little bit about what this was about?
Well, basically it was just in commemoration of the 100 years since the guns fell silent. So what our role was, basically 100 rounds for each one of the years since the war to finish just before 11 AM, so they could play the last post and have their 2 minutes of silence, and just gave people a feel for what it was like at the end of the war. It was all happening and everything fell silent, and yeah, just I think a fitting way to remember what it was like. Yeah, just a nice way to commemorate it, I feel.
Now, all of these artillery pieces here are privately owned.
Yes.
How difficult has it been to get half a dozen of them together?
Extremely difficult. It's been like herding cats into a box with no lid. So yeah, we started out with a whole bunch of people real keen, and unfortunately, being as these guns are getting quite decrepit now and quite old, some of them, we've had a few breakdowns and things happen, but we managed to get 6 of them here on the day, including a 5.7, which we only got working last night, which was amazing, and of course that was the first shot of today, which was quite good.
And that must be the first time that piece is fired in a very long time.
I think since the 50s would be the first, because yeah, I think that's when they got rid of them all, was in the late 50s. So yeah, so however many years, 50 odd years, 60 years since that's had some noise.
And I think the public here today probably owe quite a debt of gratitude for all the volunteers. I think in the 100 rounds there was only 1 misfire by my count.
Not even a misfire. Someone left the safety on. Oh. So you know, all 100 rounds went off fine, and really smoothly. I was really happy with how it all turned out, and yeah, so
great.
Maybe 101 next year. Who knows?
Yeah. Now you're based in Canterbury, aren't you?
Yes.
Yep. Now, what does the Garrison do in Canterbury?
The Garrison in Canterbury, we're basically affiliated with the Godley Head Heritage Trust, which basically takes care of the gun emplacements up at Godley Head, which is the old coastal defence base from the Second World War. So our main role is that, although we do go up to Blenheim where our headquarters is and help out with the air shows there, as well as the air shows in Wanaka. So a very varied sort of thing. We also the AMP shows and swap meets and bits and pieces with our tents and vehicles and things, and just trying to get the word out, more of a living history rather than a reenactment, so people got a feel of what it was like for everyday people as well as what it was like for soldiers on the front line. So
obviously a lot of the Garrison team this weekend are in full uniform, World War I, World War II and later. If anybody is interested in contact with the group, I mean, you say sort of living history versus reenactment.
Yep.
Do people actually need to have a uniform to become part of the group?
No, absolutely not. No, you can sign up and become a member, and we're often doing working bees like up at Godley Head and our station at Omaka up in Blenheim, and you're more than welcome to come along and take part in these things, and even if you've just got an interest, there's always something happening you can come and be a part of, and then if you want to gather up some equipment and strap yourself to a 25-pounder and have a bit of fun on a day, it's all good too. So
the living history and the reenactment is part of it, but it's also just a general interest in the military history.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just preserving the history so that so it's not sort of forgotten over time, and yeah, rather than we do a wee bit of reenacting, as you see with the guns, and we help out at some of the air shows and stuff as well. But it's not our main thing. Our main thing is to more education. Showing people what it was actually like.
Excellent. Well, it's been a good day today, Gus. Thanks for your time.
No, you're more than welcome. Thanks, you.